I was born in Edinburgh, really, on the 8th of February 1920. I left school and started as an apprentice painter decorator. I joined like the Royal Naval Reserves, RNVR. 1938. I got called up before war started, when there was the threat of war, but it hadn't started, so I got called up then to the barracks there, Royal Naval Barracks in Portsmouth, and then moved from there to pick up a ship in Belfast. It was a Wolf, WLFE. Originally it was a passenger liner called the Mackay, I think.
So you joined the Highlander, and what happened to that? Where did it go?
Well, we was back on, mostly on the North Atlantic, convoying again. Spent most of my time up that way.
Yeah.
I trained as a submarine detector, so I'd come off the Highlander. No, I was trained then on the Highlander. I'd trained before that. I was on the Highlander as a submarine detector. It was a screen, but it wasn't. Yeah. It was an underwater thing. Like it wasn't like the radar.
So you're in the Highlander, and what happened after that? After you'd been on the North Atlantic run,
we joined the Keppel the next time. Joined the Keppel in February.
February 43.
43.
How many Arctic convoys did you go on? What?
Not a clue.
Did it see any action, the Keppel?
Yeah, we've been bombed, machine gun, torpedoes fired at you, sunk U-boats, rammed U-boats. You mentioned it, we've done it.
Did you think you managed to sink any U-boats?
Oh yeah, I think we've got 4 or 5. I'm not quite sure. When we rammed the one, I mean, well, all right, when we sank it, we rammed it. We came across 3 of them. One was what we called a sea cow, and the thing we like, that it was a supply submarine, a very large submarine. It carried supplies for the other submarines, like ammunition, oil, petrol and that. And then at night they'd come along and they'd see it out in the Atlantic, right? In the sea. And we came across it, and there were 3 of them there, and one went that way, one went that way, and the big one went that way, and we went that way. We tried to hit it, and it went that way, we missed. Then it'd come back, and we'd come back and hit it and went over the top. And as we went over it and slipped off, we dropped 10 charges on it, like, and that was it, gone.
So that was definite?
Definite.
And some of the others you couldn't be sure whether you got them or? Well,
you had to think me like, they wanted proof. You know, they had to get something about it, try and get survivors or that. But what you did was get a dead one. Wouldn't get a live one.
They were all dead, or you didn't want
Well,
anyone?
They didn't want a live one.
Why? Because it'd be too much trouble.
Well, why should they live? it was no, it was no, it was total war, like.
No, I realise that. So, are you saying that the survivors were just left there to fend for themselves? Yeah,
if there were any. There wasn't much chance of them surviving long up in the Arctic.
No.
You see, the ship I was on, like the Keppel, what we did, had the convoy there, but we went out to where we could pick up the position of submarines by what they called huff-duff.
Huff-duff?
Yeah. High frequency director indicator. So, you see, that every night the submarines relayed their position back to Germany and what had happened through the day. Now, we're on the ship here, could pick it up, and somebody over in here, England, someplace, could pick it up. Then they crossed the thing like that, and they got where the submarine was.
You kind of triangulated the signals.
Got where it was. So, it told us, so we went, usually two of us, like, sometimes only ourselves, and go to where that position was and hunt for it.
Right.
So we really only seen the convoy when we come in to get fuel.
Right. So you were circling the convoy looking for subs.
Miles away in the front of it, and that, and only come back for things like that, or if they were getting attacked by aircraft, then we came back to give them a lift. Another time we was after one that we'd been thinking, and we'd been at it off and on all through the night. We would find it and depth charge it and lose it, like. You have to admire them, like. He would then fire a torpedo at us. Yeah. Anyway, we lost it, like we had a few goes at it, and it was getting towards light, and we were thinking of going back to rejoin the convoy, and they said we'll do another sweep, but it's just another search. And they went round, and there's this big oil patches. They follow it up, and as it went along, like you could see it coming up, and this thing was underneath.
So it'd obviously been injured. It'd obviously been damaged.
Very, very badly damaged, and it's creeping along, and we're creeping along at the back of it. And the thing, Norwegians. Norway shows up where it's got a berth in Norway. Shows up on the thing on the horizon. It was getting closer and closer, and we had what they called a hedgehog. And it was a form of a forward thrown weapon, as they called it. It was bombs.
Right.
I forget, there was quite a few. A couple of rows at least of them. Took a gun away and put that in its place. We used it a few times, nothing happened. We used it this time, we thought, oh, well, that's it. But I think the whole lot went, nearly blew our bows off because they
didn't go as far as it should.
Well, we've done it that often, like we thought
You're
nothing
a
will
bit
happen.
blasé, yeah.
Yeah, nothing will happen, you know. So that finished that altogether. But we had to turn and put full speed ahead, get out of it. And I asked like the signalman, what is it? He says they're going to get they're sent the planes after us. So how do you know? He says I've told us from London. I reckon somebody in Norway sent the message to London that they're getting their planes ready.
So it's some spy, English spy or whatever in Norway.
Yeah. And it was true. When it says like, you know, like, that's it, the war's over. I didn't get up and go mad dancing about and all that. I sat down and thought, what do I do now?
Yeah, it had been your life for...
It had been my life.
So it was a bittersweet thing, was it?
Yeah, it was a huge... And I've thought since, like, there's these lads out in Afghanistan, like, and that. And they keep going back. Because they miss the excitement and the buzz and that of it. All the danger part was that it was going to spoil your dinner.
It was that practical?
Yeah. That's that dinner spoiled.
Because you're under attack from aircraft or something like that?
Yeah, at an action station, yeah. Yeah. That was all the worry.
So you're mainly grumbling about the fact that you weren't getting your dinner or something?
Yes, things like that.
Yeah, I suppose that's the way people are, isn't it?
Yeah,
You don't think of the grand thing, the scheme of things. You
no.
just think about what's happening to you.
And one of the hard things about it is we was on a small boat, as they called it. So there was no real cooking facilities, like, you know, they had a cook and a junior cook. But that was it.
So you cook your own food?
We prepared it all. Yeah. You all took chances and turns in preparing it. And you took it to the galley and he cooked it. In the Arctic convoys, we used to carry potatoes on the upper deck. But once they'd been at sea a couple of days, 3 days at the very most, they were black, the potatoes, with the frost. And we had the cheek to try and squeeze the water out of them and boil them, and it just disappeared. And as I say, the bread used to turn blue, and you used to cut the blue parts out. They used to say, you could eat that because that's what penicillin grows on.
Yes. Yes, you in terms of you got some. Did you get the Atlantic Convoy medal? Was those the medals that you got?
Yeah, yeah.
Did you get any other medals?
No.
I think your daughter...
I just got the 3945 medal, like, for being in the war. And Atlantic, one that covered the Atlantic and the Russian thing.
What rank were you? Were you in...
I managed to be AB, but I was an AB in 1938.
So you didn't progress beyond that.
No, I never had. I didn't want to. I mean, with a superior plus, it's an automatic promotion sort of thing if you want it. But no. No, I was quite happy with one of the lads.